Good afternoon, I'm Wendy Petrie and this is your afternoon news fix for Wednesday, the 2nd of April. In this update, Health New Zealand is pulling together an action plan from recommendations over a case of mistaken identity. Police mistook an 11-year-old for a distressed woman in her 20s. She was restrained and given adult drugs at a mental health facility. Our reviews also suggested creating a national policy on unidentified patients and reviewing the Hamilton facility's resources. Chief Clinical Officer Dr. Richard O'Sullivan says some changes can be made quickly, such as getting EDs to medically review unidentified patients.
Some of the broader things, learning from our previous national restraint policies and so forth, that's going to take a longer time bringing the experts together to give the advice.
The Ministry of Health's Director of Mental Health, Dr. John Crawshaw, is now considering whether to launch his own inquiry. The Prime Minister appears quietly confident New Zealand's done enough to secure an exemption to Trump's tariffs. The US President will tomorrow reveal the scope of his tariff policy, adding details to his threats of a blanket import tax of agricultural goods. Chris Luxon says New Zealand's trade with the US is quite balanced and complementary, as we're not an overall contributor to the US overall trade deficit.
The bottom line is New Zealand's relatively well positioned compared to other countries in the world. We've done the very best we can to build good relationships with the new administration.
A 49-year-old man's appeared in court accused of injuring 5 police officers by ramming their cars with a child in his car in Lower Hutt. The man limped into court today with an apparent wounded right leg and will appear later this month. Meanwhile, police are in Wellington's Northland after an unexplained death yesterday. Post-mortems are also being done on 2 people found dead in Roseneath on Monday. ACT leader David Seymour says Te Pāti Māori MPs should be penalised for promising to skip a hearing by Parliament's watchdog. The party's confirmed in a press release it won't attend today's Privileges Committee hearing for MPs who performed a haka during reading of the Treaty Principles Bill. Te Pāti Māori claims it clashes with their legal counsel's schedule. Seymour says they should follow the rules and respect the taxpayer.
Because they're pretty happy to grandstand on the taxpayer dime and tell the world that they matter more and don't have to follow the same rules as everyone else. Cut their pay, see what they're like then.
An orange heavy rain warning applies to parts of the South Island from 10 o'clock tonight. The heaviest weather is expected to hit areas including Tasman, Marlborough and Bulla. By early Friday, rain will reach most of the North Island. Meteorologist Lewis Ferris says Tasman should expect 31 hours of rain.
There's still that potential that we could see that orange warning upgraded to a red warning. So we're kind of in that borderline area.
Taking a look at sport now, and All Blacks and Blues prop Ufa Tuangafasi requires Super Rugby Pacific's season-ending neck surgery. Beauden Barrett, meanwhile, is back from a hand injury as the Blues welcome the Canes on Saturday. Crusaders coach Rob Penny has sprung a surprise in naming Sevu Reece at the centre of their Saturday afternoon visit to the Drua in Suva. And the New Zealand Breakers believe re-establishing their academy under their new owners will provide a major return on investment. Breakers legend Tom Abercrombie says it's the blueprint to success. I'm Wendy Petrie. That's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update tomorrow morning from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.